Hello. Hello. Jeez, oh, that was hard work, that. Hello, my baby gorillas. Oh, no sound. The sound is now hopefully on. Wait till I turn this down a bit. Make sure it's at the right level. What's going on? What's happening, troops? Ladies and gents, good to see you all. No sound. Is that it? Am I working? Well, hello, my baby gorillas again. Would be always beneficial if you could plug it in. Have you checked your cables? Is it not working? Let me just check. It should be working now. Let's just keep talking and find out if we've got an audience. Hello. Working? Oh yeah, it's working. Come on now. My cables are well checked. Is it working now? Hello, my baby gorillas again. Would be always beneficial if you could plug it in. Have you checked your cables? Is it not working? Let me just check. So we're in. So shut up, you. So good to see you all. Nice to see you. Coming over loud and clear. Fantastic, guys. Good to see you all, my baby gorillas. And what have we got here? What are we going to do? So obviously, our friends at Unity Use Network, obviously, Silicon Valley is interfering now in British politics. And even alternative news media, such as the fantastic job the guys are doing at Unity Use Network and other alternative media sources are being hampered by people in a foreign country who are saying they're providing the service only for some people. So that's only going to last so long until it's going to get clamped down on. But I would suggest that it's the five parties like the Lib Lab Con Party, the Greens and the SNP that are in cahoots. It's not just, I'll vote for one and that'll be a change of government. People say that all politicians are the same. They're not all the same, but what we've got is a cabal, and until the Scottish people break away, I thought the SNP was going to be a break from the cabal, but wee Nippy's just a globalist shill, just like the Lib Lab Con Party, or even Moby and the Marxists. So that's a cabal. That's a oligopoly of political parties. So until we actually break away, and tomorrow I'm going to go on to what happened in the Scottish elections and what needs to happen strategically, politically strategically, on the back of that. So that'll be very interesting tomorrow afternoon. And yeah. That'll be really. But what they're trying to do is in conjunction. So it's our political class that are doing this. It's not the guys in Silicon Valley. Because if our political class said you're not going to do any business in Scotland if you start dictating who and who can speak on your platforms, that would stop right away. Stop in 2 minutes. There would be no point of reference. There would be nobody from that point of view that would, from the Silicon Valley people who would allow that to actually continue. And don't forget, the Guerilla TV channel has now been banned or suspended, they call it, but banned on Twitter, as well as my own personal Facebooks have been taken down. So what they're trying to do is restrict access to the internet and restrict access to alternative to the Lib Lab Con Party, the Greens and the SNP, the fake nationalists, the Marxists kidding on their environmentalists, and the Lib Lab Con Party, just the globalist trio who are promoting the globalist agenda, not what they're actually meant to be representing. So, I mean, we Nippies already want to bring in UN legislation, which nobody's voted for in Scotland. Nobody's actually sanctioned from an unelected United Nations, but this is the forerunner. So the EU, which we pulled out of correctly, was their globalist entity, where we would actually get then sucked into the UN as the actual arbiter, the unelected, unaccountable UN, the globalist agenda, the globalist one world government, to actually then be dictated to from the UN headquarters in America. where global legislation will be brought in to affect us on an individual basis, where we've never elected anybody in the United Nations, and even that is so abstract that we would never be able to affect it. So if it adversely affects you, they can adversely affect different groups at their bequest. Just like the critical race theory is discrimination and racism in the classroom against white people, wee Nippy's already onto the globalist agenda, and that's what she's bringing in. So we're being sanctioned, increasingly sanctioned by the Lib Lab Con Party, the Greens and the SNP for their globalist agenda, which is not what they're actually saying. I mean, the SNP are meant to be a Scottish nationalist party, which they're not. They're just a sellout gimp party like the Labour Party, like the Greens. So these are de facto gimp parties, globalist Islamo, but the illiberal, liberal, undemocratic Democrats are not any better. I'm a classical liberal and a libertarian liberal, not an authoritarian liberal, where you want to see you get your legislation dictated to by unelected commissioners in the EU or whoever's in the UN, with the majority of whom are in fascist totalitarian countries. So, I mean, really, so wee Nippy's right bought into all of this. Oh, yeah, that's great. It's good the fact that she didn't get a total majority. Now she's got to go in cohorts with the Green Party, who want to destroy North Sea oil. I told you the Green Party are like the village idiot party. If you got village idiots from all over Scotland and put them in the one party, this would be the Green Party. It is the most craziest party you could ever actually know. Free Glasgow from Sturgeon's lockdowns, exactly. Authoritarian. Wee Nippy's an authoritarian. We already know this. We already know that Nippy is an authoritarian. She's just shilling for the globalist agenda. Of course, we all know this. So, what are we going to do? We will never give in to wee Nippy and the globalists. So, I'll get to Dawa later on. Fortuitously enough, we won't get many individuals like Dawa up here. So what are we going to do? So we are going to set up we're going to set up, I'm just going to get this up. A speaker's corner, just as they have in London. So we're going to set up a speaker's corner, which is going to allow freedom of speech, but we're not just going to do it politically or have the religious aspects. So we're going to have philosophy and poetry and other things as well. So there'll be different sections for different parts of the arts. I'll like my own stuff here. Let's see, I don't know if I can make that bigger. So the Speaker's Corner, I'm going to keep this quite short and sweet today. The Speaker's Corner is going to be in London. Sorry, there's going to be an extension of what is happening in London. We're going to have it in Edinburgh, in the Meadows in Edinburgh. The first one is going to be on Sunday the 3rd of October, between 2 p.m. and 5 p.m. I'll show you in August. I'll show exactly where in the Meadows this is going to be held on 2021. This is going to be a free speech platform for people who civilly want to express their opinions in different political parties and different people who want to express various aspects of this. This will fit in when the universities are coming back, and younger people who can want to articulate and have ideas of their own can articulate properly and are seen to articulate properly in a civil manner, just the same as Speaker's Corner has been down in London for all these years. So that's what we're going to do. I just thought I would, this is just the formation of these ideas. So a Speaker's Corner for political, religious, philosophical ideas in Edinburgh, in the Meadows, obviously close to Edinburgh University. It'll suck in other people from other universities throughout Scotland, and also people in other universities in Edinburgh who want to discuss politics or economics or various aspects. They'll be sectioned off into various types of debates. in different sections in philosophy. It's not just going to be purely politics or religion and politics, etc. So that's basically the what's going to happen. This is going to happen on the 3rd of October. So after Freshers, when the universities come back, and it's going to be on every Sunday between 2 p.m. and 5 p.m. out in the fresh air in the Meadows. So unfortunately, it's going to be over the winter, which is never a good thing. So bring your brollies and your warm coats, and we're going to do it every Sunday. People are going to live stream and have debates and actually listen to speakers and have interactions with speakers who believe or don't believe in the same things that they do. So that's basically what we're going to do. So let's hear, there's Ali Dawah. And obviously Ali Dawah is a slightly contentious individual, but speakers come here.
That one, is it? That's got the black one. Yeah, no way. This one. It's open.
So today was the Freedom March down in London, I think, as well.
Yeah, that's what they're for. They love arresting females. Honestly, that's what every day they wake up and they say, we're just arresting female lockdown protesters, don't they? So I've been arrested twice and I'm not female, but they love the females for lockdown protests. Have a look who they're talking to. They're all talking to females. The ones over there talking to females, the ones here are talking to females. Easy targets. Yeah. Why do you use your radio?
So I'm not sure that's actually quite good. Let's look at Ali Dawah.
I say to my son, we learn from the Prophet, peace be upon him, that you cannot marry until she becomes an adult. Now, adult to what country? Go to France. What's the age limit? Nil. 0. In UK, 16. Look at China. In Turkey, it's 18. Turkey is a Muslim, you can say it's a Muslim country. Saudi Arabia is 18, yeah? The question is this. According to us UK, we have to look at France and these guys are pedophiles. And the Turkey and Saudi Arabia look at us and say these guys are pedophiles. We say 18, they say 16. The question is this. We have to wait from the Prophet's example and tradition for a woman to reach the age of adulthood. And that's when consummation happens. Because otherwise, what happens is there's an harm factor. So when we did a video about the whole thing, I'm not contradicting myself. Because I'm consistent and I'm saying that any girl in this country, if a girl is 16 years old, maybe she's not ready for sex. But the law says she is, but maybe she is not physically not ready. So this is what Islam comes and says.
Doesn't say that in a sense. Well, that's not what the Prophet said anyway, so that's obviously Talia. But I mean, these are the sort of things that we will actually have in the corner, have actual debates and actually be able to be civil. Now, I spoke to the police to actually find out if there could be a coordination with the people who actually actually conduct these things. With a police liaison officer, that's the word I was looking for, and so that there's obviously it can be monitored. But to be honest with you, I don't think, and to start off with, there'll be that many people. I think as it gets bigger, there'll be more people who actually see it as a speaker's corner and the ability to actually speak. So apparently they were talking about disturbing the peace, but I think it can be done relatively civilly as long as people conduct themselves in an orderly manner. And this is what we don't want to see.
It's all in the Quranic narrative. Just as God.
So what we want to do is actually, and I would prefer to talk about politics and issues than talk about Muhammad all the time. Very narrow subject, but about philosophy or poetry, and actually have a way of actually discussing things in a civil manner, like as they do in England.
That's true. And come the West, and the West believe in one thing in divide and rule. And and divide people, and once they divide people, they get what they want. They get people to fight, people buy arms, NGOs make money, the media make money, and who wins? The people they lose. On both sides, everyone loses. Who wins? Bibi Netanyahu, the British government, Mohammed Abbas, Islam Hamania, Hamas, Fatah, the media wins, the NGO wins. They say all these charities and all these organizations that open up, they open up at the beginning when they come to serve a cause, and then the cause serves them. And they start funneling money in and out, and all the people in these organizations start making money. And instead of telling people, let's understand each other, let's work with each other, there's so much where we would agree if we would let the British.
Eve to me is basically freedom. It's a giant open universe.
The Americans, the United Nations, if you let all these people want to interfere and who have lived and conquered the world and were colonists all over the world, and the way they control it is by dividing people, that would come to an end. If people would just, as we say in our two languages, Shalom Aleichem, Aleichem Shalom, Salam Aleichem, Aleichem Salam. Let's be peace on all.
It's not just, it's good to obviously talk.
So that's nice to the two people in Britain that are complaining about Britain. So that's good. Obviously, that's the sort of thing we want to encourage. So that's basically what we're going to do. We're going to have, what you saying, Sur Alba for Sturgeon, Sur Alba. I like to listen to great Eastern philosopher Amka Hunt. Free Scotland from Sturgeon and the SNP, Free Glasgow from Sturgeon and lockdowns. So what we're going to do is actually have in October the 3rd have our first one civil Speaker's Corner, and a lot of people make money from broadcasting. As you can see, they actually make money from broadcasting and listening to speakers, and you can see there's a lot of high-tech stuff there. The 16,000 views this has had, and so we're going to have a civil Speaker's Corner in the Meadows in Edinburgh on the 3rd of October 2021 between 2 p.m. and 5 p.m. civil time, and I might even speak myself if you're very lucky. So I'll tell you more about whereabouts, because the Meadows is quite big, so if you don't know where you're going in the Meadows, you could take a wee while to actually find where we're going to do it. So I'll specify in August or September, the month before, where it is in where it is in the Meadows, and this will be an ability for people to express their various things, various philosophies, poetry, whatever it's going to be. It's going to have more sections than this, because these guys just see me talk about religion all the time. What cult are you in? Oh, I'm in the cult you have to cover your hair with various objects. So this is the situation that we're going to have. So it should be a lot more civil, I would take it, than other places, but and we might not be as against the UK, but you never know. I'll be open to people's interpretations and people's opinions, and hopefully it'll be done in a civil manner where obviously with the amount of cameras that could be about as well, people who are acting in an untoward manner may end up getting arrested. So it'll just be nice speaking to people and on a friendly basis, and hopefully it'll be interesting for everybody who wants to come along. I like to so I just wanted to say that. So yeah, I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's happening.
These powers which you talked about, they are the ones without putting pressure on them. Yes, we will just be ending up talking to each other, and the solution will never come. My point here, the point I want to make is that every time when you see injustice, yes, regardless of whether it's from the Jews, the Arabs, from the non-Arabs, non-Jews, the question is, when you see an injustice, how many are prepared to stop that injustice, to speak out against injustice?
And I'll tell you the first problem is, you see all these cameras and these microphones. We don't preach to the outside world. We have to preach to each other. Leave the YouTube and Telegram and Instagram and Twitter. We have to leave that all aside and just talk like achim. How do you say achim? Ikhwa. Like brother. What do you do both?
So that's all very interesting. That's interesting. So that's what we're going to do on the 3rd of October, 2021. 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. in the Meadows in Edinburgh, the first Speaker's Corner. The reason it's been held in a few months, I mean, this is only, May, we're going to do in a few months, is obviously the universities will be back, and there'll be political students and philosophical students and other students who would be interested in actually probably putting a case forward. They may not be interested in putting a case forward, but it'll certainly be interesting for other people who may want to put their side or put something forward to the populace out with the conventions of being constrained on YouTube or anything else. So it's going to be a few months away. So what's this? June, July, August, September, October. So we're talking about 5 months away. We'll get plenty of time. We'll find out on the month before where it'll be held in the Meadows in Edinburgh, and we'll see if there's any interesting, notable individuals who come and actually speak about it. Even if it's just one person, we'll still be able to broadcast just one person live in the Meadows to actually get the ball rolling, and then after that it'll be started and it'll be moved forward. So I just want to say just a quick one today, 30 minutes, and that's us finished already. If you guys want to say anything, say it now or hold your peace. I'll be back on tomorrow. I'll do a more interesting one tomorrow, and that'll be about the election results, and I'll be looking forward to speaking to you guys tomorrow. Have a good night. Love